What's up? How you guys doing? Oh my god. Listen, you are all officially welcome to my YouTube live stream today. What's today's date? I think today is the 3rd of July, and gosh, I am just so excited to be hosting you guys once again on my channel. You all are absolutely welcome. And first of all, I want to appreciate all of you for joining this live stream, because I recognize that this is a weekend and everybody gets busy on weekends. Everybody has something to do, one thing or the other to catch up with. But then you guys literally are taking out time off your busy schedules to join me on this conversation today. I do not take it for granted. I am very much grateful. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. And please, as you're on this live stream, if you're enjoying the conversation as we go along, please don't forget to hit the like button by showing how much you are having fun on here. And what else? Just stay tuned till the end of this conversation, because it promises to be mind-blowing. It promises to be quite exciting, entertaining, interesting. Guys, we're going to leave no stones unturned on this conversation. And today it's going to be all about the way the Big Brother Naija lockdown reunion ended last night. I still haven't recovered. A lot of you haven't recovered. I've been getting DMs on social media. I've been getting emails. I've been getting your comments. And you people have been bombarding me with so much questions. A lot of you even went as far as sending me on errands to Ebuka. Interesting. A lot of you have been even telling me, oh, Glory, go and meet Ebuka and ask Ebuka this or that question. Okay, you know what? Before I continue, if you can hear me, just drop a tea mug emoji in the comment section so I can know that I am not just speaking to myself. Okay, if you can hear me, guys, please drop a teacup emoji in the comment section. Please drop a teacup emoji. Let me know that you can hear me. Okay, please drop a teacup emoji, teacup, tea mug emoji, anyone you have. Drop it in the comment section below. Let me know that you can hear me. Okay, so is it only Kelvin Mwachuku that can hear me? If you all of you on this live stream right now, if you can hear me, please drop a tea mug emoji. All right, this is quite encouraging. Thank you all so much. So as I was saying, a lot of you were sending me on errands to Ebuka saying, oh, Glory, is it possible that you can have a conversation with Ebuka and ask Ebuka, why did you end the reunion like that? And I'm like, listen, guys, someday soon, hopefully that will happen. I'm speaking it into existence. I'm manifesting it into existence, that a day will come that I'm going to approach Ebuka and we're going to have a one-on-one conversation about everything Big Brother Naija. But till then, what I'm going to be doing on this live stream right now is sharing with you guys information that by myself, I have done my own research and I have garnered, and I will be sharing with you guys on this live stream. So that's why you need to stay tuned till the end. And aside that, I will be bringing on some amazing personalities from you all, my audience, my viewers. Yes, I will be bringing on, some of you to join in this conversation as we recently started. So I won't be the only person talking today. This is not the only face you're going to be seeing. You're going to be seeing the faces of other people. And of course, my very dear friend, JC. JC is going to be on this live today. I cannot wait, guys. You know I love his energy. You know I love his vibe. So JC is also going to be on this live stream. So for those of you who are already fanning or standing JC, then you definitely need to also wait and you will see him. But before I go into the main gist proper, I need to do this for the culture. This is something I literally do for every single YouTube live stream that we have on this channel, and that's me greeting you guys specially. So let me just mention some names. I'm sorry if I do not mention your name in the process, but that does not make you non-special. All of you are absolutely special. Augustine John, hi. May Vlog, what's up, babe? Belinda Mobile, what's up? Extra Wilson, how are you? Baby Loco, wow, your name is quite interesting. Mamo Inyafi from Dubai, yeah, you're welcome to this live stream. Jacinta, yes, Jacinta. Oh, so there's a Jane Cynthia on this channel, and then this one is Jacinta. Okay, Jacinta. Okay, nice to see you here. Wachuku, thank you so much for your contribution. I just saw your deposit right now. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Trey Mofa, she's literally the first person that is always on my live stream. She literally waits like 10 minutes ahead before I start. Sister, wherever you are right now, I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much for your commitment and dedication to this channel. Veronica, Lucia, Ajuma, Helen, Christian, um raise whitey listen, for those of you that missed last week's YouTube live stream, Dupe Omiwade was live with me on the studio and she spit some fire, some wisdom. Everybody that was on this live stream last weekend, they knew that Dupe Omiwade is a psychologist. So she shared her perspective about all that had been happening on the reunion show, especially with psychoanalyzing the housemates, and it was quite insightful. The bulk of the people that were on this live stream last weekend, they learned a lot about human behavior, about the way human beings reason. And guys, to be very honest, I learned a lot. Remember, I always say on my channel that Glory Elijah does not know it all. So Dupa Omiwade, thank you so much. And it's a pleasure having you here again today. And I'm hoping that as we flow with this conversation, you will pop up as usual and, share with us some more enlightenment. Ramatu, Gladys, Kelvin, Kenny, Ida Love, Dorcas, Okbara, Miriam, Happy Jesse, Andrew Special. Oh my God. Ah! Guys, you have no idea how excited I am. Andrew Special, I beg you, please, today on this conversation, you have to show your face. So when my guests, whilst they're talking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also share the link in the comment section so that everybody has a chance. Maybe not everybody, but just everybody that can get on this live stream have a chance to air their own views, their own opinion as well. Now, guys, let's start this conversation proper. The way the Big Brother Naija lockdown reunion ended last night, to be very honest, I felt like it ended prematurely. Secondly, that reunion show, the entire thing, the entire makeup of it, that was the shortest in the history of Big Brother Naija. That is the shortest reunion show ever. And the way it ended, it sparked up a lot of conversation. It sparked up a lot of speculations. Eyebrows were raised. People were asking, oh, is it because of this? Is it because of that? What exactly made the show end like that? Now, we were complaining about the Pepper Dem Gang reunion, about how it ended. It ended so prematurely to the point that they literally had to start combining 2 episodes in one. Initially, when they started the Pepper Dem Gang reunion show, it was about 30 minutes per episode. But then it felt like they really needed to just start up season 5 of Big Brother Naija. So they literally hurried everything by combining 2 episodes together, then extending it to like 1 hour. So it became boring for some people. Some people did not really enjoy it anymore. And something similar happened this season in a more drastic way. It took people completely unawares. And I remember that the moment people started losing interest in this reunion show was after on Monday's episode. Monday's episode was the episode where Erica and Laycon were supposed to have a proper conversation, or should I say Ebuka was supposed to drill both of them, including Kiddwaya. Yes, they were all supposed to have a proper conversation. Ebuka was supposed to drill everybody, provide video evidence, so that people would know who is lying and who is spilling the facts. So Monday was the most anticipated episode of all time. Guys, it was the most. In fact, the way people anticipated this particular Monday's episode, that's the Laycon, Erica, and Kiddwaya conversation, it cannot be compared to the way people anticipated the Toby and Cece and Alex episode. It was not the same way people anticipated the Tacha and Mercy Akers episode. This particular episode, guys, it was the most anticipated. But unfortunately, Multi Choice, Big Brother Naija, Ebuka, all of them put together, DSTV, they completely discouraged and disappointed with a bang. Yeah, because that disappointment came with a bang. They completely disappointed the entire viewing audience because people felt cheated. At least that was the same way I felt. People felt cheated because So far, so good. Since the reunion show started, Ebuka made sure that he left no stone unturned when questioning the housemate. You know, especially when it came to the Brighto saga with Wathoni and Dorathy, and then there was the Erica and Praise's own conversation about, oh, blah blah blah, thing, and then we understood that, okay, clearly it wasn't really an aggressive cuddly situation. It was a proper 5 seconds banging situation. Yeah. So a lot of people were really impressed by how Ebuka came, came prepared this season. So people were expecting Ebuka to keep up that same energy for that Monday's conversation. I mean, the Erica and Laycon and Kiddwaya's conversation. But unfortunately, Ebuka was the chillest that day. I already did 2 videos talking about that, so I wouldn't want to dwell on that conversation, but that was the very episode. It was after that episode basically that people started losing interest in the reunion show, because as I said, they felt betrayed, they felt cheated, because of course this show, people are taking it very, very, very personal. So people felt cheated. I personally felt cheated because I just felt like, come on, you people just deprived us of the very much information that we need to validate or invalidate some of the misconceptions that we've had about these two housemates. So at the end of the day, there was no clarity given. At the end of the day, there was no clearing of anybody's name. At the end of the day, all what we saw all over again was like a mini episode of what happened on that fateful night when Erica lashed out at Laycon. Because all we saw all over again was Erica bringing the same face, the same attitude, the same demeanor, the same energy that she displayed that very night. So another question people were asking was, did these people make this episode happen just so that we can have a repeat of that 5 hours long madness that happened in the house? So that was that. But then, in as much as people kind of lost interest in the reunion show after Monday, we were not expecting the show to end the way it did yesterday. Okay, we were not expecting. So, and I, for one, personally, I wasn't expecting the show to end, because if you've been following my updates, I have been saying on all my videos since after Monday that I am hoping that Ebuka is going to come back and revisit these conversations again, because people need clarity. Fans need clarity so that everybody can finally make peace and move on with their lives. But then, guys, I was so shocked. I was so shocked at the way the show ended. When I watched all of that, I was literally screaming like a crazy person because it was unbelievable to me. I was baffled. I was shocked. Now, if you are an ardent viewer of Big Brother Naija, the show itself, the reunion episodes, you find out that there were so many traditional things that normally happens for every Big Brother Naija reunion show that was completely cut off from this particular lockdown season's reunion show. And guys, it was quite sad because I personally was looking forward to all of those traditions. Now, one of those traditions is Big Brother saying something to the housemates at the end of the reunion show. Yes, his voice normally comes in as that voice of wisdom, advising them, oh, like it's sort of like in the Bible where we hear the voice of God, go in peace and sin no more, that kind of scenario. So we are used to hearing that, but this time around, we did not hear it. Another interesting thing that they normally do is they play a game. Oh, who is the most troublesome? Who is the most pretentious? Who is the biggest gossip? That kind of thing. And then we saw an example of that in the unseen clips that we were later shown. Guys, when I was watching those unseen clips, I was livid. I was so upset. I felt like breaking my teeth. I'm like, what the hell? Guys, do you know what really pissed me off? The unseen clips that we were shown, they had so much drama, so much entertainment, so much revelations that I started asking myself, why did these people not show those unseen clips? But before I go to the unseen clips now, still on some of those traditions or, just traditional things that Ebuka would normally do with the housemates before they finally end or draw the curtains on the reunion show. As I mentioned, the game thing that they play, which relationship is going to last outside the house, or which relationship do you think they were faking inside the house? All those kind of fun questions. But we did not hear any of those happen. But apparently, they actually filmed those episodes. That's a strange thing. They filmed those episodes. Now, when we now saw the unseen clips, guys, I was just very, very disappointed because apparently in the unseen clips, it was evident that Kaisha was very much on the reunion show, because the impression we got while watching these, how many days, 12 days of the reunion show, the impression we got was that, oh, Erica was very, very busy, she did not come, she only came for only one episode. Kaisha was very, very busy, she only came for like 2 episodes. But then the unseen clips that we were shown, it just goes to show that Kaisha was very much available, kinda. So the question is, what happened? Why was Kaisha's part cut off? Why were those kind of truth or dare moments, why were they cut off? What really happened? Now, this brings me to the part where I watched an interview that Ebuka did yesterday. So when I saw that interview, I was disturbed because I knew that the reunion show is still airing, it's still ongoing. So why is Ebuka granting interviews just yet? I mean, normally Ebuka should wait till after the reunion show, just like the same thing with Big Brother Naija show itself. Ebuka should wait till after the show. Then after the show, he can go ahead and grant interviews. So Ebuka had an interview yesterday and he was revealing a whole lot, guys. Hey, he was revealing a whole lot. Now, one of the things that he said that actually caught my interest was when the interviewer asked him that the Lucy and Kaisha's fight, why wasn't it aired? Because it seemed like the fight was a very, very hot one. And Ebuka said, well, that the reason why they did not show that fight was because of the NBC law. For those of you that are not familiar with that NBC law, it's a body or organization in Nigeria that regulates what the media puts out to the public. It could be the electronic media, it could be the traditional media, whichever one. So they are the regulators. So according to Ebuka, the laws from the NBC group did not allow, it does not permit them to air such kind of content on national television. It will be deemed as harmful to the senses. People will find it offensive and all of that. He did not explain in details like this, so I am just taking our time to explain in details because there are several other media houses in Nigeria that are falling prey to that particular law by not upholding or adhering rather to that law. So another question that really interested me from what Ibuka said in that interview was the interviewer mentioned that, okay, so we heard that a lot of crazy, interesting things actually happened in the Head of House lounge. Why didn't we see those things happening? You know, and well, Jude answered another question that kind of made reference to that question that he was not able to answer with clarity. So this interviewer was asking Ibuka that, oh, a lot of people felt like you did not like Erica. And he was like, no, that as a matter of fact, he actually liked Erica. So they were like, why did you like Erica? And he said, oh, because she was giving content. She and Kiddwaya, they gave a lot of content. Like the way he said it, if you are Nigerian, you will understand that mannerism with which he used to answer that question. Was like, they gave a lot of content. Like they gave a lot of content. So I'm like, bruh, worry no more, say no more. We understand what you're talking about. So guys, fast forward now to the reunion show. You know, my question was, why did they end the reunion show abruptly? Why did they not show us not only Lucy and Kaisha's fight, but also we're expecting that Ebuka was going to broach the subject of what Erica and Kiddwaya did in the house, what how Kiddwaya automatically became Laycon's friend immediately after Erica was disqualified. Ebuka never ever asked that question. There was also the question about Kiddwaya advising Nengi on how to be flirtatious with the guys in the house, use that femme fatale to sway them, you know, use it as a strategy, that kind of thing. In fact, literally, basically all the things that Kiddwaya said in the house about other housemates, against other housemates, about strategies with Nengi, things he did with Erica, things he said. It was as if they basically cut off, like they used machete to cut off all those parts. Like, oh no, we don't want to taint Kiddwaya's image, so let's just keep it clean and PG. But when it came to the rest of the other housemates, Ebuka left no stones unturned. I just felt like they were unfair to the rest of the other housemates because they basically used the other housemates' availability for sports. They used the other housemates to create the very much needed content that the reunion show needed. But then when it came to the people that actually made themselves to stand out in terms of the activities or the adult activities that they performed in the house, they kind of concealed everything. And guys, that made me really sad. And to be very honest, that was one of the things that I personally was looking forward to, that if at all this reunion is going to end tomorrow or next tomorrow, at least the least they could do is to be fair to the rest of the other housemates by prodding deeply into the Erica, Laycon, and Kiddwaya situationship. But they didn't. Instead, what we saw was, oh, they created one whole day for Erica. She came and then she flaunted her muscle here and there, which actually turned out to be the most boring episode anyways. So guys, that was really, really sad. That was really, really sad. And then another thing again, which is a question I already asked, is how come Kaisha was not really, really seen during the reunion? And then when they showed us some of the unseen clips, we are seeing Kaisha there. And Lucy wasn't the only person that Kaisha actually had a serious fight with. She almost had a serious fight with V. Before I say anything further, guys, I wish you all could see the way I was yesterday. I was just speechless. Is not enough to explain how I felt yesterday. It wasn't enough. Like, this is, yeah, I agree with you. Who said unbelievable? Yeah, Yeti. It was unbelievable. Look at me watching unseen moments and I was salivating. My heart was pounding. I was salivating and I was asking myself, what did we do to multi-choice? What did we do to Ebuka? What did we do to these whole people that they decided to shut down very, very juicy moments like that? Guys, look at those unseen moments. They were so juicy. My God, look at Katrina's energy. Look at that. Listen, so that I do not spend, too much time talking about only my own perspective, because of course, some of you are going to come online in the next, couple of minutes. This is what I have to say about the reunion in general. This reunion, it was the most anticipated but biggest disappointment of a reunion in the history of Big Brother Naija. It was the most anticipated, no doubt. But at the end of the day, did they satisfy the viewers' cravings? Did they satisfy the viewers' thirst? The answer to that question, in my opinion, is no. They ruined it. They ruined the climax for the viewers. To be very honest, they ruined everything. They ruined everything by not being very, very transparent with the way they questioned the housemates. I mean, guys, it was just too very obvious. The most annoying episode for me was on Thursday's episode when Neo was drilled as if he was a criminal. The way that guy was drilled, let's not lie, Neo has his own. Like, Neo, he gets his own for body. He lies a lot. He says a lot of things. He talks too much. At the end of the day, he can't even remember some of the things that he has said. But then, the way Neo was drilled on that very day, see me wishing that Kiddwaya had been drilled that same way. And then the part where they played, where Brighto was talking to Kiddwaya about Neo and praise, Kiddwaya also said some things. His countenance also changed towards those people. Why didn't Ebuka question Kiddwaya about those things? So for me, I just felt like, number one, as I said, this reunion, it was very, very entertaining from the beginning, but from Monday, it became a huge disappointment. It wasn't interesting anymore. They lost the crowd. They lost the audience's interest. Number two, this reunion was not fair to all the housemates at all. And I love the fact that in watching Ebuka's interview yesterday, he defined what a reunion means. And I love his definition. Remember, guys, Ebuka is a lawyer. Respect to him. Ebuka defined the reunion. Now, a lot of people would say that, oh, a reunion is for people to come and make peace. Hell no. A reunion is not for people to come and make peace. A reunion, according to the original definition, is people who have been apart for a long time coming back together. So when they come back together, it is now left to them what they do with their coming back. Okay? So first of all, let's prepare our minds. This reunion was not for everybody to come and make peace, but at least what we expected was for everybody to be questioned equally, and then clarity is given. Because to be very honest, I woke up this morning and I saw that some of the housemates, they're already reconciling, but then the question is, will their fans reconcile? Will elites and icons ever reconcile if they do not know what truly happened? Anyways, I guess that's a waste because to be very honest, some fan base, they have blockheads because no matter what happens, even if they see the video, even if Kayode releases the 24 hours footage of everything that happened in that house, they will still come out and say, no, my faith cannot do wrong in my eyes, which for me, I feel is just, let me not even talk about it anymore. But then I felt like this reunion was not fair to some of the housemates because some of them, they were unduly drilled and exposed, while some of the housemates were shielded. Some of the housemates were covered. Some of the housemates were protected. Some of the housemates, they were kind of elevated by hiding certain information that should have been put out there to the public. Because for me, if you're going to expose other housemates, then please, by all means, expose the other housemates. Not that you cover some and then you do not cover some as well. For me, the reunion was completely biased, yes, and as I said, unfair to some of the housemates. Another thing again was that the reunion once again was rushed. It was rushed. And that brings about the question, fine, we are all aware that season 6 of Big Brother Naija is coming up very soon. And by the way, guys, if you're looking for premium content, stay tuned to my channel, Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah, and your girl is going to deliver as usual. Yes, so we are aware that season 6 is going to start very soon. And what they did last season was that the reunion was rushed, and then 3 days later, they launched season 6 of Big Brother, season 5 of Big Brother Naija. So this period now, we're wondering, is it that they want to launch season 6 tomorrow? I mean, for God's sakes, give us a break. Normally, the way it should be done, a reunion ends. Please give us at least 1 week. Let us recover from all the crazy, mind-blowing, eye-boggling information that we've just heard. So that is what we're asking. Are they starting season 6 of Big Brother Naija tomorrow? Or are they starting on Monday? Or are they starting on Tuesday? What is the rush about? Was it really necessary to end the show that way? You know what? I think this is the part where I get to invite those of you that have indicated interest to have this conversation with me.
Oh yes, I can hear you now. Hi.
Hello! Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm here, Glory! I'm so excited. Thank you, Glory. Oh my God, I can't believe this. It's Glory I'm talking to now.
I guess you're happy,
But
Jesse.
this is such a big deal. Yes, I am. I'm happy, Jesse. But I have to give a disclaimer in case you guys are thinking I'm not normal. This look was from a YouTube tutorial. I was trying to follow the tutorial, but it did not work. So I'm very normal, guys.
Sis, we love you that way. You can be wearing makeup. Glory doesn't wear makeup, so don't worry.
Yeah, I should have left it, but I'm so excited. It's Glory! But Glory, you've been looking for my trouble this past week when you are saying Ebuka is not doing his hosting job well. Because honestly, I don't agree with you on that.
No, but I never said he wasn't doing his job properly. What I was saying was he wasn't really asking some housemates questions. And we know that he is capable of asking those questions. Okay? Yeah. So for me, Ebuka will always be the king of Bbnaija. He will always be
I agree with
the
you.
ultimate. You understand? For me, I literally did a video where I was bashing people that were saying that Ebuka should resign and someone else. And I'm like, how many years has he spent on the platform? I mean, for God's sake, Ebuka is a product of the show itself. And he came out and he has worked his way, he has worked his way to the position where he is right now. So he completely deserves to be there. But the truth is, I watched his interview and he really took out time to explain a lot of things. So for him, from the script to how the show plays out is not determined by him. Because according to Ebuka, 4 different companies are owners of this Big Brother Naija show. So at the end of the day, whatever is put out to the public is determined by the owners of the show. So for him, he is just
but I have to say something. Oh, am I
okay.
muted?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I have to say something. With that situation with the Erica and Laycon, I can't really blame him for not pushing hard. It was extremely boring. Laycon was not giving us nothing. He was just preaching love and light. That man, if I catch him, he was just preaching love and light. Erica was giving bass. He was not giving boss. The housemates too, those side comments Dorathy and Katrina and Lucy are giving like, are you serious? Like, he's making the ginger, interesting, but they gave nothing, like nothing from the housemates, cricket from Laycon. It was only Erica that was talking. I would not even blame Ebuka for not pushing for that, because even me, I'll be frustrated. They were not giving him anything.
Erica was talking because Ebuka was asking only her questions at the start. I don't know if you noticed that. She was the one
I noticed.
asking questions. You noticed. And I felt like something was off on the set that day. On a normal day, the rest of the housemates, they'll be bickering, they'll be whispering, they'll be saying things. Trikytee will have something to say. Katrina will bring boss lady vibes. But on that day, it was as if they pour water for everybody. Everybody was sleeping. So people were dozing, everybody was quiet. And Kiddwaya felt obligated to kind of defend Erica. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? It is not in your nature to defend people. Yeah.
No, he should defend her. He should defend her. It was one of the reasons she got into what she got into. Yeah, he should defend her, because honestly, I felt like our outrage that night was because of Kiddwaya. So he has to, put in one or two to cover his tracks. You understand what I'm saying? But you notice when Ebuka asked Laycon some questions, he did not answer. So I guess because it looked like Laycon was over it, like he doesn't even want to talk about it, because he felt like, what is there to talk about? He was not the one who was going bonkers that night. He was just, quiet. He did absolutely nothing. So there was nothing to explain. But with Erica, she had a lot to say.
You know something I noticed about Laycon? If you speak reasonably, he will match your energy. If you come with the insult, if you come with the negativity, he would make you look stupid. That was what he did. Remember, Ebuka had already started asking Erica questions, and she was all, hey, she was bringing plenty back. She was obviously looking for a reaction the same way she did that same night when she insulted him and threatened him. She brought the same energy. And so Laycon was not going to definitely match that kind of energy, because for him, he probably felt immature, number one. Number two, you're just making a lot of noise out of nothing. So imagine if Erica calmly said her piece, quietly. Trust me, I feel like Laycon too would feel the need to say certain things. But she already came with the insult. She already came with the blame game. She already came with the transfer of aggression. And as usual, Laycon will always be quiet.
Yeah, so now you see, you can't blame Ebuka. Yeah, you can't blame Ebuka. And another thing, another thing I wish Ebuka did was that he did not ask them about their relationship status. What's going on? Is there still Kidrika, Ozone? He did not. That won't pay me, because I'm an Ozone shipper. You understand? So he paid me. I want to know what Nengi, Mote, and Ozo are doing with their lives. Are they together or they're not together? What's all this? Yeah, but honestly, I just love them so much. I don't know why.
I want us to start the real conversation right now. So I'm going to try and add JC. I'm going to try and add other people that are supposed to be on this live right now. So please, JC, guys, for those of you that received the link, if you can hear me, please come online right now. We need to start this hot conversation. It is very necessary. Okay, so happy Jesse. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to start asking you the questions I want to ask. So how did you feel when the reunion ended yesterday? Briefly, how do you feel?
I was hanging in the air. There was no, I was just hanging. You know what they call it? Is it climax or anticlimax? That thing that calms you down after a movie or after reading a novel. I was just hanging. I was like, is this it? I didn't know it can't be. I feel like maybe they'll put it on Showmax, or they want to monetize that part, because it just can't end like that. What's that? If you're dragging Ebuka, I think you should drag him for that, because I don't understand. They're not preaching love and light. I feel like there was a reconciliation, because the way everyone just calmly said their mind, and there was no basbo. So I feel like there was a reconciliation before then, but they refused to show us. So Ebuka needs to answer. Glory, I think you have the power now. You have 100K subs. You have the power. Hit up Ebuka. Me too. I'm part of those people that are sending you on errands. Hit that man up and tell him to come here and tell us what's going on.
I'll ask him if he will answer me. If he doesn't answer me,
he will answer. He will answer. Send him on all social media platforms. FSWG gangs. Maybe we should go and flood his timeline to tell him to come here because he need to explain to us. He will just hang us in the air. What's that?
I know. It was crazy. But why do you think the reunion ended that way? And what were you expecting? What more were you expecting? Were you satisfied with everything that had happened in 11 days? Were you satisfied? Why do you think the reunion
No, I wasn't satisfied at all. I wasn't satisfied. But I feel like maybe they're trying to bring the show back. They're trying to bring the next season. Or people lost interest on the show after that Erica and Laycon situation, so they like stopped coming, or something happened. Something definitely happened for them to just end it abruptly like that. Because are you not seeing the what they call the unseen clips? They were just giving us Totorimi one time. So like, well, it was sweet. Like, why would they cut out those parts?
It was
I was seeing basketballs everywhere. They removed it and showing us love and light.
What are you expecting them to show more? Because if you remember, last season's reunion had about 18 or 20 episodes, if I'm not wrong. The other season also had more. Yeah. In fact, I felt like they used about maybe 3 weeks or 1 month for the reunion. But this one, if you calculate, they used just 12 days or 11 days or 10 days. So what more are you expecting as a viewer now? Let's say a multi-choice is watching you right now. If you were to see them right now, how would you rank them? What would you tell them that why did you show this? What were you expecting more for them to show?
They should have asked Erica what really triggered her. If it was the Nengi Kiddwaya situation, or if I don't think anybody noticed this. That day they were fighting, Laycon and Kiddwaya were eating together. So I feel like that was another trigger. How can you be eating with someone that your babe is fighting with? You two think about it, you understand? So I feel like she should have Ibuka should have asked her what was a real trigger. The Kiddwaya Nengi, Kiddwaya Laycon situation, he should have asked. And he should have asked because there was one time Nengi was asking Kiddwaya why is he no longer talking to her, that why is he no longer giving her attention and all that. I'm a Nengi fan. So that in case anybody wants to drag me, I'm actually a Nengi fan, but I just wanted them to show us, give us some spice. There were so many interesting things that they did not show us that I wanted to see. I wanted to see their answer. And I also feel like the people you do stuff with matters. Like, you need to do things with people that have sense. For example, if it was with Kiddwaya and Nengi that blowjob thingy happened, I don't think it would have been exposed. So I feel like there was a lot between them. But because they are so composed, or they care about their brands and their image, they, put everything together. They kept it inside. And I feel like this reunion is also to help those that left earlier, because those were the ones that were giving more highlights, you understand? They were the ones that were asked more. Imagine Katrina that stayed only 2 weeks. See the number of questions she was asked, you understand? So I feel like they didn't. Yeah, I feel like they did not pay too much attention to those top 5 because they already have what they want. And those top 5 did not even try that hard to give them content as much as the ones that went earlier. So yeah, those were the
question. You see that question? This question I want to ask you right now. I already have my own answer, of course, as usual. But I want to hear yours. Okay. Who did you think was faking drama all through the reunion? Please. Who do you think was faking drama? Who do you think was being too obvious for class? Who do you feel really wanted to thrive on the wings of this reunion to gain more popularity before they finally fizzle out of the eyes of the audience? See, no fear, nobody will beat you. I've got you covered.
Me, yeah, don't worry, I cannot fear as an FSWG. I cannot be scared. I think it's T-Bad. I think it's T-Bad. I would have said Katrina, but Katrina has always been like that since inside the house. Like if you give her bath, she'll give you both. In fact, you don't even need to give her bath before she give you both. You understand? She's going to say her mind. But T-Badge was not really like that. I think she only did that one or two times. So I feel like T-Badge. I feel like Dorathy too, but Dorathy has clouds already. So I don't know why she was doing the most, but or maybe that's her personality that I think that was her personality that did not come out in the house because she was trying to put herself together. So I'll say T-Badge and Dora, but I can't say Dora because Dora has clout, so she can't be chasing clout if she has clout. You understand? But I'll say T-Badge.
You know why I'm asking you that question? Because during Ebuka's interview, he was basically asked the same question. And Ebuka did not want to just give a straightforward answer, you get? Because you know, Ebuka is a man of all the people. So he cannot possibly say, oh, I like this housemate over the other one. But I usually felt the same way because if you remember, after the pillow throwing episode, I think 2 episodes later, Ebuka was asking what's her name? Tolani. Okay, Ebuka played the Tolani and Katrina's episode, played the clip. And whilst they were playing it, Tolanibaj was literally repeating the things that she was saying. It was quite weird because for most people who had misbehaved inside the house, most of them could not remember the actual things they said until the clip was played. But Tony was literally repeating what she was saying and she was hyping herself, hey, bad. And I'm like, come on. Like, come on, you know? So,
and I like that babe, but I don't understand that.
I love because she went into the house. I love her. I still like her. I like her energy. I like her vibe. You know. So for me, whatever she displayed inside the house, I'm just seeing it as all for entertainment. You understand? So I do not want to define her as all that she did during the reunion or all that she did inside the house. I mean, it's 5 million was at stake. So babe's gotta do what she's gotta do. You understand? So Erica was asking her that what was on her mind. You know, that it was very obvious she was repeating what she was saying on that very day. So what was on her mind? And she was like, oh, she just had to do it to make a statement. Do you feel like that was necessary?
Glory, we are talking about 85 million. See, look, some people have that. Look, some people have this aura, this some people have it in them to give you content without doing too much. If you notice, Nengi did not really do too much in the house, in my opinion, to get that much clout, but she has it naturally. Some people just have it in them. They are stars naturally. But with T-Badge, if you notice, when she went to the house, she was very, very quiet, and we felt like, is this really T-Badge? Because T-Badge on YouTube that we know, she's hot. Like, so I feel like she did not have that reality energy, that it factor, you understand? So she had to bring it on by force. It's the same thing with YouTube, for example. On the norms, I'm very quiet. Like I don't have a loud voice. I always talk very softly, but I have to bring out that energy on YouTube because I feel like if I talk the way I normally talk, it will be very boring. You understand? So that's the same thing with T-Badge. So I don't think she's like that on norms, but because it's reality TV and she just has to bring out everything by force, whether she likes it or not.
Okay. So I was asking you, like, what, aside how the reunion ended, which housemate do you think was overly protected during the reunion?
Of course, it was Erica and Kid. It was both of them.
Okay.
But I don't know what Kid has
why
to
do you think
lose because there were so many questions that they could have asked that they did not ask. And I feel like there was no need to protect Kid because Kid lives for a living. So he's a lifestyle kind of guy. I don't think he would have minded if they showed some of his clips or asked him some of those questions. He would have answered it. The way I see that guy, he's just living life. He doesn't really give two shits. So maybe they are protecting Erica, not really Kid. Maybe they were just protecting Erica. And I don't know the reason. Oh, there was an ad that I saw. There was an ad. If you remember, there's this commando ad that I saw Erica. Yeah, so I feel like because of that ad, that's why they were protecting Erica. Because they placed That's it. That's the only legit reason I would see why they should protect Erica. Apart from that, I don't know why they should. But you know, I have
All right,
this
happy.
theory that I feel like if Erica and Nengi had teamed up the way Erica wanted it, I feel like they would have done a lot in that house. Like they would have shaken that house with their power. You know, they have this. I feel like all the guys wanted Erica and Nengi. So if Nengi had gone along with Erica's plan, I think the game would have been more interesting. You understand what I'm saying? But
Very true.
unfortunately, it
My
just went
dear, thank you
sideways.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your analysis. Gosh, this gave me so much joy. I'm not going to get over this anytime soon. It was a pleasure having you on here. I can see that some other people that are trying to come online, they're seriously struggling. So let me try and get them
All
on,
right.
so it doesn't seem like I did not get anybody. Only happy, only happy. We definitely need to do this again. So thank you so
Yeah,
much for
definitely.
sharing your
Thank you for
wisdom here.
having me, Glory. I'm a fan. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.
Thank you so
Mwah. Chop
much.
kiss. Mwah.
Bye. Bye. Oh my god, guys. This is so refreshing. And if you're wondering why my video is looking dark right now, something is happening. It's about to rain in my environment. So everywhere is looking dark. I am struggling on how to go and get my, what do they call it? My lighting equipment so that it lights up this entire space. So whilst I'm trying to go and get my light, please can you guys help me to beg JC to come online, because me, I don't understand what's going on. Can you guys help me to call JC and the other amazing people that are supposed to be on this live right now? Like, you guys, you need to come online right now. I'm trying to add you people. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, they just took the light. Oh my god. Help me with my batteries, please. Thank you. So sorry, guys. They just took the light. It wants to rain. But that does not stop our conversation from flowing. I don't even know. It's as if JC literally had engagement today, and I don't know what's going on. What about Adwo? Adwo, Adwo, if you're there, I'm gonna try to add you right now. Let's see. Anyways, guys, whilst I'm trying to get these people online, that was Happy Jessie. Happy Jessie, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, Happy Jessie is one of my ardent viewers. She has been a subscriber to this channel for a very long time, and I love her so much. Her energy, her vibe is amazing. As usual, we argue a lot. We argue a lot because, of course, everybody cannot have the same opinion about the same issues. Okay, so Happy has her own opinions. She's very, very opinionated. And the reason why I love her so much, I love seeing her comments, is because when she makes her own point, that is her own point. And I love people who are like that, people who have a mind of their own. So pretty much that's it about Jessie. And Jessie also has a YouTube channel. So guys, please don't forget to check her out after this live stream. Support a sister, support a sister. I'm sure you are definitely going to love her content. Okay. Oh my god, what's going on today? What's going on today? All these people that said they want to come online, they don't want to come. So this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to just drop the link in the comment section. Okay, so anybody just go ahead and click on it and let's have this conversation. We cannot allow some people to hold us down from having this conversation. Thank you so much. So I'm going to drop the link in the comment section below right now. Okay, so if you want to come online and have this conversation with me right now, please click on that link. Okay, let's keep the ball rolling. Happy Jessie, thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you here. Okay, guys, click on the link and let's keep this conversation rolling. Click on the link and I'll add you right now. Okay. Miss Dupe Omiwade, I would very much love to have you on here because when I was watching the reunion end yesterday, the first person that came to my mind was you. I was just thinking like, oh my god, what is she thinking about right now? How is she feeling right now? So please, Dr. Omiwade, if you are available to hop on this live stream with me right now, please click on the link that I have shared. I'm going to share the link again. So please click on the link and come online and let's have this conversation. So I've just dropped the link again, guys. Still waiting. Still waiting. Okay. Very
Hey,
good.
hi. Hello, can you hear
Hi.
me?
I can hear you.
I'm making my hair.
It's amazing.
So
Well done.
I'm new to your channel. I'm new to your
Oh,
channel. And can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. I can hear you
Okay.
perfectly.
I'm new to your channel. But I've been following you quite a bit on Facebook, and
Oh, nice.
I've been listening to your stuff. I love your commentary. I love that you love Tacha. I'm a Tacha stan. Not really love Tasha. You're critical, but at least favorable to her. So that's what really got my fancy. You're kind of favorable to her, yeah, because you say nice things about her, even though it's the
Oh,
obvious. Even though it's the
so true.
obvious. So
So
for
true.
that, I appreciate you and I
Thank
like you.
you.
Okay, I like
Thank
you because you
you.
like my girl. And then
Oh, nice.
I would like to say something about this reunion. Yes, it didn't really end the way I expected it to end. But
Okay.
if you look at the show itself, it didn't really have much content apart from relationship. This lockdown season, it was all on relationship. And when the Erica Laycon thing happened, people kind of lost interest because they could see through the biasness of the show, Ebuka,
Yeah.
and what they were trying to cover and who they were trying to expose unjustly. So a lot of people lost interest. So I guess that
Mm.
was one of the reasons why they had to like quickly wrap it up so that the new show can air. That's one point. Another point is
Okay.
that they went out of content because you can't be repeating the same thing, arguing over one fight, somebody voting me or somebody. It doesn't really add water. So I think they went out of content and they just needed to rush it up. That's my view. But by and by, Katrina did it for me this reunion. You know, I
Katrina was.
wish Katrina stayed longer in the house. For me, she was the content of the reunion. And I was expecting that because she has said it, meet you at the reunion. You get it? She
Yeah.
has already said it beforehand. So I knew she didn't disappoint me. Her whatever accent, I think it was part of the game. And I enjoyed it. I could see Katrina from another weird point. And it was fun.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
view. And I love Nengi. And am I a fan? Not really, but I just like her personality. I love her game, even though it was a bit flirtatious in the beginning. But it's still a game. You are in that house for just to play a game. And I think she did well, playing that game well. And I love how composed Nengi was in throughout the house. Even
Yeah.
the reunion, she was very composed, put together. She knew what she
Mm.
wanted, and she didn't overtalk or overdo things. Probably she had nothing else to prove, like you said. So,
Mm.
yeah, that's my take.
Mm. You know
So,
what?
do you have
Thank you
questions
so
for me?
much. Yeah, I have a question, but I really need to appreciate how you went straight to the point. I feel like giving you a hug right now because
Oh,
yeah, I'm really time conscious because I want to try and get as much people on here to air their views
sure,
as possible, and I
sure,
really appreciate that you just keep it
sure.
spot on, and your points are very valid. Now, the question I have is this. Don't you think that it could be possible, because when you said that you think it ended the show because they ran out of content, don't you think that Kiddwaya on its own, without the Erica smashing, don't you think that Kiddwaya
Mm.
part on its own was enough content that could have taken at least one or two whole episodes? Because You remember that was the problem when Erica was disqualified. Even the night she was raving and all of that, he was eating with Laycon. At some point, he left Erica to continue her shouting because she did not want to listen to him when he was telling her it was enough. So starting from that night, it was as if Kiddwaya's respect for Laycon doubled, went over the roof. And then the next day, Erica had been disqualified. One would expect that it was there was this particular housemate that was crying after the partner was evicted. Kiddwaya was the thing to do. He was flexing with Laycon. In fact, they developed a bromance.
He went
That
closer to Nengi.
and also Nengi,
He even
so
went
those were
closer to it.
conversations. Yeah, so
Okay.
don't you think that Kiddwaya was enough content that could have made the show last for another 1 week? Because from there, more conversations could have brewed up.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I want you to cast your mind back. Before the show, Ebuka and Kiddwaya were bros. Do you remember that
Yes,
during the show,
yes,
Kiddwaya actually said, the host of this show is my guy.
yes,
I don't know if you can remember. So definitely,
yes,
just like the way Ebuka tried to cover Erica for reasons I don't know why, he also did the same for Kid. So people could see through the biasness that really, like you said earlier, which I don't
yes,
want to overstress, he was tough on some housemates, but lenient with some. And that was because of the bro code Kid had with this guy outside the house. For Erica, I don't know why. Remember, I always
hmm,
watch your interviews after each episode of Erica's interview. They have all been playing the pity card for this girl, and I don't know why.
true,
Tacha was disqualified. The whole world went bonkers on this girl. There was a video
yes.
of somebody body shaming her and people talking trash about her, and the girl rose above all this. Look at her interviews. Can you see how tough
She
and
actually went for
professional it has
therapy.
been? Yeah,
She went for legit therapy. She didn't lie about the
therapy.
therapy. She legit
No, no,
went for
no.
therapy, and she
And you
had
could
to,
see that.
accept her meeting.
So you see the point where I will always say these people are truly biased. Now, when the industry love you, they cover you. The industry didn't like Tacha. Who the fuck is she? Sorry, I used the F word. But they
No,
love
it's fine.
Erica. Erica is part of the system. So they will cover their
Hmm.
own. That was the big thing that happened. And I think it's the same thing Ebuka did. It's the same thing Tokemakiwa did. It's the same thing with all the interviews Erica has attended. They
Dele Momo,
shone the blind eye. They made her the victim. They made Erica
Yeah,
the victim. Can you imagine? Then Laycon became the
yeah,
venom. So that's
yeah,
crazy for me. But that's the system. That's the system.
yeah.
And that most popular whatever bullshit that Erica won, Nengi was supposed to win that. Not Erica. Just to be fair. Because this youth, African youth stuff, whatever, Nengi won hands down. And you do that with money. Nengi won hands down. So what are you talking about? I really want somebody's opinion on this. And I don't want to waste your time because, obviously you have other people. So
Hmm.
that's what I think. But I just
You
think
know what?
it's the system.
Gift. My takeaway
Yeah.
for you right now is my hug. Take it.
Yeah.
Take on my
Yeah.
hug.
Yeah.
Take on my hug.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
one
That's
thing,
that's
this
my
is
take.
what I have been looking for. I've been looking for people that are not afraid to speak what they see.
Are they
Because
coming
the
to beat
problem
me
we're
in my
having
house? Nobody can beat me now. Will they come and do something to me? Let them come and they will see a buzz for me. Because I'm not afraid of anybody. If you bring
listen,
shit, I give you shit.
listen.
I'm a titan, for crying out loud. We are bold like our queen. So we don't take shit.
Listen, Gift, I really appreciate you because you have spilled the bean, you spilled the tea, you spilled everything the way it should be. And I very much appreciate it because that's the struggle. Frankly, Francis, Low One Bowl, yes. Thank you guys so much for joining. See, this is the struggle I'm having on my channel. You, when you spill the truth, when you spill facts, people call you biased. When you say, oh, this is what happened, people call you biased. So, Francis, no one, but I don't know who wants to go first. Do you guys want to let me know your thoughts about how this reunion show was conducted? Do you think it was fair to all the housemates? Do you think some housemates were protected or not? I don't. Any of you could go first.
Oh, okay, okay. Can you hear me?
We
Can you
can
hear
hear
me?
you. Yeah.
I
Okay,
can hear
okay,
you. Yes.
okay,
Go ahead, please.
okay, okay. First of all, the show ended like how? Like when I was about to start getting the whole juicy part, I was confused. What's going on here? When I saw them hitting glasses or whatever they were doing, I was like, these people must be, maybe there's a part two that we should be expecting, because I was confused. I was like, what's going on? So I felt like when I was just about to get into, okay, let's see how Ebuka is going to, start asking the questions that really matter, because I feel like they were all like floating all over the place. They were not hitting the contents that we saw in the house. They were not really hitting the nail on the head. And just at the time that I was about to start seeing that, and the show ends. I don't get, like,
Hmm.
I feel like there was bias in this show, because when Ebuka asks some people questions, there are people that he gives them like back-to-back questions, like Basbos.
Yeah.
He wants you to like get caught in a web somehow. And there are people that he always like, he does not want to ask any questions. Okay. For instance, the
Yeah.
Nengi and Kiddwaya situation was one of those things. I was expecting Ebuka to ask questions the way he was asking Neo the other day. He had issues with Prince, but he wasn't doing that. It
Was
felt like,
working.
yeah, it felt like everybody, they were like, I can't remember. I can't remember anything. I'm like, where is this amnesia coming from? I mean, are you guys, I don't understand. And Ebuka asked the question now. Okay, they can't remember. Be remind them. Ebuka is not now reminding them again. So me, I'm like, I don't get what's going on. And then let's get to the part of Laycon and Erica's story or whatever. That was the highlight. That was supposed to be the highlight of this reunion. That was,
Exactly.
we're all waiting. When I saw Erica, when I saw the preview of what's going to happen on Monday, I was like, hey, Erica is coming to the show. Everywhere is going to scatter. Hey, and now came on Monday. I was, I was still trying to say, okay, let's get into the whole GC. Before I knew it, nothing happened. Laycon was like, I'm about my music, stream my music. I said, I don't get.
Yeah.
Erica, your own. Erica was forming, I'm the big girl now. I came here to sell myself, in
She's
the
very
industry.
busy, but she has time to watch all of Lacon's
All
videos.
of this,
She has
I
time
don't
to be
get.
waiting for Lacon to be the first person to send
I
chat on their
don't
WhatsApp
get.
group.
Like seriously. Ebuka, oh yeah, ask question now. Okay, they don't want to talk. You can actually make them talk. That's why you're the host. I love
Exactly.
Ebuka. I love
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ebuka, no doubt. I love him. But I feel like this reunion, he didn't really do it for me. I won't lie. Because I expected him to ask them the question, bring it out of them if they don't want to talk. Neo was
Mm.
that kind of guy. He can actually, run away from certain things the way he tried doing at first when he had the first issue with Prince and all of that. But Ebuka let it slide. But the second time, he kept puncturing things, asking that question that made the guy sweat. I was expecting him
Mm-hmm.
to do the same with this housemate. And you're chilled. So I'm feeling like, okay, there are some sacred cows that you're not meant to touch these ones. So these ones they're not meant to
Mm.
so, but
Exactly.
there are others that
True.
they are the ones that will get all the questions, all the heat, and it made it not interesting. And then next
Let
thing,
me ask
it's
Logan Boy a question. Let me ask Logan Boy a question because I mentioned earlier that I watched Ebuka's interview where that was yesterday. So that interview that he did yesterday, and he mentioned that what people do not understand is four companies own the Big Brother Naija show in Nigeria. There's
Yeah.
Endemol, there's I think multi-choice, I think there's I can't remember the other ones you mentioned. So he said that from the beginning of the production to the end, to the questions they ask and stuff like that, that they have to vet it before it goes out. I mean, I'm just paraphrasing what he said. So
Mm.
do you think that the fact that Kiddwaya Erica was protected on the show, do you think, and also I think Nengi wasn't really protected, but it almost seems like she was kind of protected partially. Do you think that it was Ebuka's doing, or do you think that it was a brief he was given that, hey, don't question these people, hey, question these people, what do you think? No one.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you asked that, Glory, because I was actually thinking the same thing. Because when I've been looking at some of the trends with the housemates, right? And what I noticed is that housemates like Erica and Kiddwaya seem to be almost under a certain type of management, a more stricter management or a more rigorous management than the other housemates, right? And I was really curious to know whether it was part of their PR team or their management that would be maybe talking to the people up there to then bring down a brief or whatever to Ibuka to say that, hey, these are the types of things that you aren't supposed to ask. And for me, what made it clear that that is the case, or that made me convinced, was that reunion with Erica, because there wasn't such there wasn't such behavior, especially from Ibuka, with all the other the other sessions that he had with all the other housemates. Why in this particular episode are you then restrained and holding back from probing? Exactly what frankly Francis was saying, that he would probe. There was a time where one of the housemates was answering something and kind of going off on a tangent. And at the end, he came back and still asked the same question to say, hey, but is this the case, right? In one of the earlier episodes. So I'm curious because now with this particular episode, he gave it all to Erica, almost as in saying, hey, lead this and lead it in the way you would like the narrative outside to sound to other people. And in any case, I don't think that Erica did herself any justice, even with that PR and with that management. Her behavior didn't bring across what was trying to be done, because then if your management is that strong and your PR is that strong, then also come in the right, or come correct, right?
Exactly.
So I don't feel that Erica did that whole situation justice. And with regards to Laycon in that particular situation, there are people, I'd like to think, I'm not a stan of anyone, but with Laycon, he, like a number of the housemates, I see a lot of like thinking, like like analyzing the situation and thinking, this is how I'm going to react if this is the case. And I think there, Laycon was waiting on Erica to see what tune are you gonna come in? You know what I mean? And then from there, that will determine how I then come through. So I think the minute that Erica came with that force towards Laycon, he already checked out. But I think that if the situation was different, or if the approach was different, I think there would have been some type of reconciliation. And I would like to think that they would have been able to come to a point where one apologizes and then the other one is like, oh, okay. But I think just the approach that she came with wasn't in line with the brief that was given on how to protect her, if that makes sense.
I completely agree with you on that, because when I saw how she started the show, literally, when she started the show, I was wondering, like, okay, here we go again, the same thing over and over again. And just as you said, I felt like she just came and exposed her vulnerability more as
Mm,
one who has no strong composure of a character. Yes,
yeah,
because
yeah,
she has this personality. She smiles beautifully. You see her, she's likable, she's lovable. But
yeah.
then I felt like she did not really protect herself. Instead, she projected her insecurities the more.
Mm, mm. Guys, can you see Glory? Is she gone?
I think we lost her on that. Probably the network or something.
Hello? Okay, so I have a question, but this time around, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you.
okay, great. So I have a question. This time around is for Desirorial Systems. I hope I got that name right.
Desorial sisters, yes.
Okay, Desiree, I'm sorry, my screen is quite small, so I can't really see you, but Desiree says, now, during the business interview yesterday, he mentioned that some of the housemates, they came prepared to bring drama, some of them to get their last minute thing because they know that there's money to be made. So, do you
Okay.
think that the fact that these housemates are going to be paid for being on the reunion, which I'm not sure if that's what Ebuka meant, but that was what he said on the interview. So do you think that could be another reason why they allowed the show to go the way it went with that Erica and the Laycon competition? Because I'm sure that if I'm going to pay you for something, we have to enter into a contract, right? And on the contract, there's going to be terms of agreement. So do you think that there was something like that? That, oh, if Erica is to appear on this show, oh, you have no right to ask her any question, otherwise that would be a breach of contract. Oh, if Kiddwaya is to appear on this reunion, oh, you cannot probe into what he did in the house. What he did in the house is his past. Do you think that it could be a likely situation like that?
Okay, thank you very much, Gloria. What I think is this. I think that the people that own Big Brother, I think they probably had a rethink about the whole Big Brother Naija show. More likely, I feel like they at this point they think the show has done a whole lot. At the same time, I mean, damage. At the same time, quite a number of good. So to me, I feel they are trying to correct the narrative. Now, for Erica and Laycon, both of them, of course, they have a lot of fan base and all that, and they are very much likely to cause another wahala again in that reunion. So for me, I just feel like they are trying to correct what is being put out there in order to make sure that everything dies down like that, so um, it doesn't cause another sort of emotional breakdown for any of the housemates. Even though we didn't see the part of Tolanibaj and V and all of that coming, but for Laycon, especially because of course Laycon and Kiddwaya and Eric, they were the highlights of the show. So for me, I just feel like they censored a lot of things. Personally, I used to like Erica. She's someone that I quite resonate with in terms of character. Maybe not exactly what
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh, we cannot hear you right now. Uh, her network is lost. Okay, guys, whilst we are waiting for her to come back, I'm just going to continue with these two beautiful women up here right now. Guys, if you're feeling this conversation, give this video a huge thumbs up and drop your FSWG mug emoji down in the comment section below. Let's know that you're feeling the vibe. Hey, beautiful lady, what is your name? Chiso. Ah! This is
Hi, Glory.
oh my god! I'm sorry for screaming like this. I do not know Chiso from Adam, or I am not Adam, but she is a regular in my comment section, and her banters are just so they give me joy. They are pure. So I'm just crying. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hi,
Chiso,
Glory.
you're highly welcome. Your royalty. You're highly welcome. Listen,
Hi,
Chiso.
Glory.
I know that you especially you're gonna have a lot to rant about. So very, very briefly, let us know how annoying or how beautiful the reunion ended yesterday for you.
First and foremost, immediately that reunion ended, I just went to my story on Instagram and I started venting. But I didn't tag you. I wanted to tag you. I'm like, Chisholm, just cool down. Because the way I was feeling, I wanted to drag, including Ebuka. I'm going to tag all the housemates. I'm going to tag multi choice because they were annoying me last night. See, jokes apart, I understand the fact that it's a show. They're trying to make money from it, and they have every other thing they are doing with it. But for the fact, I felt like they were totally unfair to Laycon. And why I felt that way was this guy is a nobody. Let's be honest, he's a nobody. And he went to the show to promote his music. He was even from in the you hear what he said. He said that he felt he was going to leave 2 weeks after the show. So I felt it was just God's grace, his humility, his love, and it was pure. It was pure. Then for somebody, like, I don't know you from anywhere, we just came to a show to promote ourselves and to make money. It's a competition. And you have the
Yes.
guts, because you are angry, you have the guts to tell me I'm going to die because of a show. You have the guts to tell me I'm going to die, even if you are angry. Even if you are angry. See, I love Erica. I love Erica. But one thing I don't really accept, like as we are all human beings, you cannot just open your mouth. You don't know me, I don't know you, and tell me I'm going to die. You're a toothpick. You are this. You're, like, see, that's totally unfair and that's unacceptable. And I felt she was going to come to this reunion and just apologize. Like, I felt she
At
was
least for
Laycon,
saying
I'm
those
very,
words. At least for saying
yes,
those
even
words.
if not for
Yes.
anything, even if not for
Any other
anything,
thing you can
yes,
stand your ground. Yeah.
Mm.
exactly. You see, I'm not saying she should come there and just at least for that alone, Laycon, I am very sorry. Publicly say it, and I'm sure as soon as she did that, people will love her more.
Yeah.
But she
Exactly.
just,
Yeah.
people will love her,
Exactly.
and they started hyping her like the week before. Erica is coming. I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. And she came, and I was so angry. I was looking at her, I felt like just hitting my TV. I'm like, if there's a way I can enter this TV and slap this girl so I can reset her memory. You know that one, she's a lady, and you don't know who you meet tomorrow. See, when life humbles you, you understand that it's not everybody you see, you just throw words at anyhow. Some people
Yeah.
are mad, like me, I'm crazy. If you come to me and I will beat you, I'll forget that I went to union, I will beat the hell out. I'm hey. I don't judge people.
You know, calm down.
I just
Calm down. Drink
no, no,
water.
no.
Drink water.
I
Drink
feel
water.
like
Calm
I'm
down.
Laycon's I feel
Calm
like
down.
I'm Laycon's sister. I will help him beat her on my beer. I will beat the hell
Calm
out of her
down.
so that she will
Calm down.
understand if she doesn't have training.
Calm down. Okay,
Me
but let me
again.
ask you a
Sorry.
question quickly, okay? So, when I dropped that video about Erica and Laycon, I did my own analysis, and as usual, people were, oh,
Okay.
Glory, you're bad. Oh, Glory, you hate Erica. Glory, you hate this one. The question to you is, people were now saying that Laycon is extremely manipulative, and
That's a
my own
lie.
perspective,
I know
we
that.
live in a world where people turn so myopic as to interpret people's silence for being a coward
Exactly.
or people's calmness
Exactly.
for being manipulated. I want to
Mm.
hear your own perspective. What do you think? Do you think Laycon is manipulative? If you think so, let us know why. If you do not think so, let us know why.
That's false, 100%. Laycon is not
Mm,
manipulative. And
Mm.
we as human beings, okay, like let's use Nengi for instance. I love
Mm.
Nengi. I'm not a fan of her, but I like the fact that she was able to comport herself. She
Mm.
understands. I'm not saying she's perfect. So if at a point Laycon was manipulative, you will find out. You will definitely find out. That guy is not manipulative. He's just who he is. And people find it very difficult to believe that, when you are calm, people find it difficult to believe that you are not pretentious, or
Yeah.
you are, why this guy calm like this. And
mm,
I love the fact that Laycon didn't give Erica that energy she was trying to, like, I felt like she was trying to press him hard. She was trying to press him hard. So people, so she can, so maybe when he loses his school, people will say, oh, he was pretentious. She will say it from the show. He was pretentious.
exactly.
But I liked the fact that the guy kept his cool. He wasn't even giving her the energy she was trying to, like, press him so people can see. So if
Mm,
it's me, let's be fact, if it's me, somebody press me like that, get to a point, I'll just blow. I'm like, what's wrong with this girl? But for the
yeah.
fact that he could keep his cool, that guy is 100% not pretentious. He's not manipulative. Sure,
Lebon,
Laycon is
let's hear
kind of
from
friend.
you. Yeah. Let's hear
Laycon
from
is kind of
Lebon.
friend
What
you
do
will
you
have.
think about Lecon's perspective?
Okay,
Lebon, are you
okay.
there?
Yes,
I'm talking.
Glory?
Yeah, yeah. So let's hear what you think. What do you think about Lacon's personality? Do you think he's quite pretentious? Do you think he's very manipulative? Do you think he gaslighted Erica? Do you think he led her on? Because that's people's perception about the whole situation. What do you think?
I really don't think he's manipulative. I more than anything else, I think he's hurt. I think that silence has an element of being hurt. That, hey, we were tight, we were friends, but I can't believe that it's gotten so far that this could be you towards me right now. So I think more than anything else, it's like he knows how to compose himself. That's good, because if you remember in the house, he had the same demeanor when Erica was talking to him in that manner. It was more of a, okay, but you know what? The thing with like, when someone says something that has been said to you before, or when someone picks on something that you've been told about before, there's almost a thing you put in front of you because you're so used to it, right? Once they come at you, almost have a reaction that you know that every time if someone talks about this ailment that I have, or this disability that I have, or whatever, then you know, okay, immediately I'm just gonna put this glass door in front of me and I'm just going to zone out. And that's what I perceived from Laycon. If you think about gaslighting, I also noticed, Glory, that in your comment section, there was a lot of gaslighting this. If you want to know what gaslighting is, it's what Neo did to
Kaisha.
Kaisha, when Kaisha was saying, hey, but you told me that you liked me and you told me that this and this. When someone does that thing to say, what are you talking about? Of course you're going to get more angry, but what do you mean? We spoke about this. And then you start, and because we are emotional beings to a certain extent as women, it's more easy to gaslight a woman, because that's when you see me going up and up, just to try prove to everyone that, hey guys, but can you see that this person is lying? So Tolanibaj was lying. Prince was not gaslighting her. Neo gaslighting Kaisha. And in this case with Laycon, I think it was a matter of just being very hurt and also trying to zone that out and not allow that energy to come towards him, all that negative energy. I must say, I was very, just like what Chisom was saying, when you're saying that you were angry when you put on the TV and you were listening to Erica. For me, there was something about Erica. When I watched the clips of Erica, when I started seeing her change her face in that way, there was almost like a hatred in her face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was visible.
Uneasy.
Look at this God.
Yeah, that was a lot for me personally. I was like, how can this be happening right now? But yeah, so I definitely felt the same way that you felt when Erica was going on that tangent. It was
As a matter of fact, I personally felt like Erica was the one that actually gaslighted the con. Because if you cast your mind back to the house, this guy, of course, he was hurt. And the only way he could vent was maybe talk to his close friends in the house, and that's Tolanibaj. Unfortunately for Laycon, Tolanibaj switched loyalties when Kiddwaya could not become deputy, when Erica could not become deputy when Kiddwaya wanted the house. And so she made Tolanibaj deputy with the agreement of Kiddwaya. So Tolanibaj felt obliged to switch loyalties and become Erica's friend instead. If you cast your mind back, Tolanibaj was, what's her name, was very close to Laycon, just as she was close to,
I remember.
they were close, you understand? And all those things are happening, and everybody decided to choose a camp. So when Laycon told Erica, give me space, I felt like it was at that point that Erica developed a strategy to start gaslighting Laycon. You know the guy is there, you know he likes you, but that is where you will choose to come and be kissing Kiddwaya. And when you finish kissing the guy, you will turn around and look at Laycon. Like, it's like you're telling him, I am here. I'm not going to stop anytime soon. Deal with it. If you cannot deal with it, then get yourself evicted or disqualified from the show. For me, that is another strong definition of gaslighting. But it's really sad that the bulk of most of these fans, they don't understand terminology. They don't understand vocabulary placement. So when they use certain words to identify with certain housemates, not just Laycon now, I feel like they're just being myopic. They are not, they are living in self-denial. It's okay to be a favorite of someone or to be standing someone who is your favorite. But then when you now start lying to yourself, when you do not want to accept that, hey, this person that I like is not perfect. This person has certain flaws. Your ability to embrace the flaws that that person has, that is what makes you original in your friendship. But the moment you cannot accept the person for who they are, it's like you are being selective of the part of the person you want to like. Oh, the person is this way, fashionably conscious. I like this part. But then this other part that means the person does not have a well developed human emotion. Oh no, the person is still perfect in my eyes. So I just feel like that's part of the problem with these fans. Right now, I can see some beautiful ladies on my screen, and I am just super excited. Hi, Akos, Musama, Cynthia. So let me engage you guys in this conversation in the order that I can see your faces on my screen. Key terms, I did not backstage you. You're still here, but I just want to give everybody an opinion to opportunity to air their views. Okay, so let me start with the first person that came on the screen. That's Cynthia. Hello, Cynthia.
Hi,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Hi. Yes,
Can you
yes,
hear
I can
me?
hear you. Yes. So
I want to
briefly,
ask,
sorry.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Perfect. So
I,
briefly,
I
because
want to,
we've spent a lot of time talking about the Laycon and Erica thingy, let's move on now to once again Kiddwaya. I'm sorry, I am deliberately talking about Kiddwaya because we did not really hear much about him during the show. So this is my own version of the reunion show, asking questions that should have been asked because enough of the other housemates we've heard about them. Now, the question to you, Cynthia, is if you were to be Ebuka and you were to question Kiddwaya, reveal or expose most of the things he did in the house. Can you name a few briefly that you would talk about so that Kiddwaya would be forced to open his mouth and talk, defend himself?
I'd ask him his situation with Ozo right now at the moment, if they are still friends, if there is any relationship going on between him and Ozo. His situation with Nengi outside the house. Kiddwaya had this attitude towards V as the show ended. I'd also want to know about that because I think he felt like V was not good to him because when he was leaving, the day he was evicted, he was asked, "Who do you think nominated you?" And he said V. And remember very well, V had not nominated him. So yes, those three. And let me
Okay.
just ask you a question. As it's
Okay.
about Laycon. As much as you guys think that Kiddwaya was protected or Erica was protected, do you kind of not see that Laycon was also protected because he signed to multi-choice? I don't know. I'm a fan of Laycon, but I felt like he was kind of protected because he's also signed to multi-choice. Lest you forget. And they wouldn't want to ruin his image, and they have a deal with him too. So yeah, that's my question. What do you guys think?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that you asked that question because this is my opportunity to clear my own name as well, okay, from the bias narrative. The very next day, I put out a video, an analytical video, explaining that Ebuka's question and the fact that Ebuka did not play video clips of those conversations that Erica was emphasizing on happened, that it kind of made the conversation fizzle out. So nobody was exposed. I don't know if you watched that video. If
I did, I
yeah,
did.
okay, great. I did a video and I talked about it. And on that video, I wasn't saying that, oh, only Erica was protected. No, I said everybody, the Erica, Laycon, Kiddwaya, they were not really given that room to burst out. Things needed to be said, okay? And I mentioned on
Yeah.
that video as well that Laycon had his fault. And let me explain what I meant by Laycon had his fault. Laycon had his fault
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that being a very, very mature guy, he has a very, very developed IQ, very highly intelligent individual. Being the way he is, I felt like when he and Erica's relationship was still rosy and the girl had rejected his affection, he could have simply just looked for some other distraction in the house. So my own way, what I felt like he did that was a fault was when he was having conversations with his friends in the house. For me, I felt like Laycon, how could you not see that these people are not your friends? Because you people just met 1 week, 2 weeks in the house. So you cannot those conversations they have with those people, that's conversations he can have with his childhood friends or people he has had a long standing relationship with outside the house, with his brother even, but not with people who are in the same competition with him because any information you release from your mouth could you be used against you as a weapon. So I felt like the people Laycon had those conversations with, they kind of weaponized it against him, not directly, but when the problem started, Did they stand up to defend him? The only person that stood up to defend Laycon was V. And God knows why that happened. Because just like Laycon has never known any other person in the house, that was the same kind of relationship he had with people and with V. So I felt like that was Laycon's flaw. In all the conversations that Laycon had with people about Erica, he never for once insulted Erica. Go and watch all the clips. He never for once insulted her. He only aired his pain. He only aired how hurt he was. And it is normal for anybody to air their pain, just like it is normal for Erica to air her pain. But it is not normal for you to be wishing someone dead.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
I agree.
It's completely abnormal. You are free. If you are angry, you're free to vent. But it is not normal. I feel like there's a mental challenge when you now take it upon yourself to be the author and finisher of someone's life and destiny by wishing the person's generation dead. It's like you lost. That was what happened.
Yeah,
So I see where you're coming from. But as I said in that video, and I'm still saying on this live stream, I do not think it was only Erica that was protected with Kiddwaya. I felt like Laycon too was also protected because people need to also see that part where he went wrong. Okay,
exactly.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Gloria. And to add on to that, I feel like Erica would have been vindicated had she just, let's say, apologized so that Laycon can answer for himself, because Laycon was not an angel in this situation. And this is what I think. Him pressing on that whole situation, when someone says no, I am into this person, or even if she hadn't said that, just her actions of her being with Kiddwaya was enough to give indication that this girl has chosen the guy she wants to be with. I do feel like I was very annoyed with Laycon and the sulking that he was doing with the whole Erica thing and talking to this person and talking. It was a bit much. I think Erica would have been vindicated had she, one, approached it differently, or two, now that this has happened, just come out and apologize in line with all that is her management is doing, and then just apologize so that now we can say, hey, now Laycon, answer for yourself. Why were you pushing so much when someone has clearly said no? So that's where I find that both of them were in the wrong, but it's just that the extreme of how Erica handled it was what made it worse, and what's making everyone more to lean more towards Laycon's side. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
I don't
Luambi. Let me.
I don't
Sorry,
agree.
before you don't agree, hold on. Before you don't agree, I know that you're burning to say something, but just hold that thought. Don't miss it. Muthama, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So still back to Kiddwaya now, because I really want to focus on Kiddwaya communication. Still back on Kiddwaya. If you had watched the night that the whole thing erupted, I don't know if you saw what happened from the party to when he got inside the house.
For sure, yeah.
So the question to you is, do you think Kiddwaya was the trigger that made Erica lose?
I mean, Glory, first of all, I like seeing things from a perspective that people are not really paying attention. I mean, of course, there is all the alcohol thing. There's also the Nengi thing, and then also remember there is, of course, Kiddwaya. It's clear, and I mean, we don't have to argue about it or say anything. Of course, he played a major role on it, on how he handled the fight itself. And even prior to that, just basically, I mean, if you're with this person and your actions towards her is that you're claiming her, quote unquote, even if that wasn't the case according to some people, I mean, there's a degree of protection, there's a degree of advice and counsel that you need to give Erica. According to me, I feel like the event that erupted and that unfolded that night would have been avoided if people were adults. And of course, I'm not painting or pinning the blame to Kiddwaya. Erica is a grown-up. You can't always blame the alcohol. I mean, choices have consequences, and she faced it. But I mean, if you love someone
if you're a friend to someone, protect her, counsel her,
Mm-hmm.
watch over her. And it wasn't only Kiddwaya. There were people who, loved her and still have love for her and could have avoided everything. I think even us as human beings, and even us who watch behind, we tend to really want the negative to unfold and us to see the drama for the joy of it. And to some extent, that's really wrong. And I can say whatever unfolded that time could have been avoided. But just to answer your question directly, Kiddwaya played a major role, and so as to others, starting with Erica, and even those who she said, those people who said that have her back. You get what I mean? So there's so many people we could call them out, but I mean it is what it is, and that happened.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me play devil's advocate now for Kiddwaya. Okay, not like I have to, but let me just play just a bit people task. Yeah. Okay, so do you think a sexual encounter equates to genuine love? That's one question. I'll explain why I asked that. Now, remember, whilst they were in the house, they played the truth or dare game. They kissed. That's Kiddwaya and Erica. Of course, Kiddwaya had kissed with no, okay. Did he kiss? No, he didn't kiss Wathoni. He went to check her on as was instructed by the game. And when they said, "Who would you like to date?" He said, "Oh, Erica," and she was like, "Oh, what took you so long?" From that moment, I knew that okay, she had already started catching feelings. That's that one. And then they had already started having their, sexual encounters in the house. Initially, when they started, she was like, "I'm not here for a relationship. I'm not interested." She was strongly saying that that was it. And Kiddwaya was pretty much excited that, "Oh, finally, I've met a girl who is as free as me, free spirited, open minded, not caring, just wants to live life and catch cruise and have fun." But then, very much later, the female, is it estrogen or estrogen, they call it, that is released after a sexual encounter that brought a woman to a man emotionally, obviously had been released in Erica's head and she wanted more. And that was when Kiddwaya started saying no. But we talked about this. I told you, she wanted a definition to the relationship. So would you say that Erica played herself or Kiddwaya literally played Erica from all these scenarios that happened in the house?
I think, Glory, just to answer you, remember that we are women. We feel some kind of way. You get where I'm going at? And
Mm-hmm.
as women, once you show us the attention, once you draw yourself closer to us, we cling onto you. And I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a general point of view. I understand women were different. They're people with standards, and we commend those who are like that and who are not easily swayed. But from what I could see, especially from Erica, I don't want to call it insecurity or a flaw, but she is the kind who really cling on to a man. And I think yes, we are right to say that by that she played herself. She let emotions get over to her quickly. Remember that you came for a prize. You didn't come for a man, you came for a prize. It's challenging, and you came to win. So at some point, we can even go ahead and say that yes, Kiddwaya was a distraction, because it seemed like Erica gave her all to this man, to a point that now it's not even about the game. I already have my prize here. And now, speaking from the man's perspective, we all know Kiddwaya till now. He's a player. Him, he was just, it's
I know
all
this.
about,
I
it's all about catching crews for him. So I don't think he
know.
was really invested. Of course, I mean, he wasn't really invested. Just to keep it short and sweet, he wasn't really invested. But they had their own thing, and thank God, they are all to their right minds right now. They are all doing very well, and they're focusing on themselves, so which is commendable for them. But as per that moment, I think Erica was really, really invested, and it wasn't the case for the guy. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much. You know what? I must comment. I love the way you're giving your analysis. It's like water on my fire right now. So thank you so much. Akos, I am deeply sorry for keeping you waiting. So sorry. But I have a special question for you,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
Nengi is not left out of this conversation. If you remember, whilst we were
Yeah.
inside the house, after the first, or was it second Saturday night party, Erica approached Nengi, they should be friends and blah, blah, blah. But then later on, for some weird reason, that relationship went nowhere. They were not close anymore. They weren't enemies in the house, but they just did not have that rapport in the house. But then we saw how Kiddwaya was still showing interest in Nengi, and Nengi was also reciprocating the attention Kiddwaya was given, even though it was at that time that Erica was demanding more investment of emotions from Kiddwaya. And then on that fateful night, when the whole thing, went off the roof, you saw what happened, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to explain. So do you think Nengi kind of encouraged Kiddwaya?
To some extent, I don't know if you are hearing me. I don't know if I'm being heard.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, to some extent, I feel Kiddwaya and Nengi, they have this kind of similarities in terms of their characters. Both are very flirty. And Erica is different. Maybe that's why the relationship in the long run did not work out. But I feel Nengi had a part to play in this because if you are not friends, but you see that this girl is very emotionally invested in this guy, and you allow this guy to touch you and all that. At the end of the day, the girl will become jealous, and she ended up being jealous and venting it on another person who was just somewhere thinking about himself. Yeah, so to some
Mm.
extent, I think Nengi played a role, but to some extent too, I know Nengi was just being herself, as she says that she's always with guys in the outside world, and she's like this. So it's not her being flirtatious, but it's her just being herself. So she got someone who also aligns with her character, which is Kiddwaya, and they both are similar in one way. So they just flow along. And Erica, on the other hand, was expecting more from Kiddwaya. Nengi, I don't think she was really in the lookout for any relationship or something of that sort with Kiddwaya, but she just wanted to be like that with him, like my brother, let's flirt around. But Erica was looking for a serious relationship. So that's the difference. At the end of the day, one party got hurt. Nengi was still there, also was still following Nengi around. After the whole issue, Nengi didn't even know she had even done something wrong, or she might be the cause of
Yeah.
whatever. So I'm sure up to date, she still doesn't even know that she might have caused or triggered that thing. But in the long run, Nengi and Kiddwaya, they really, really pair up, and Nengi is more like the female version of Kiddwaya. So that was what happened.
I totally agree with you on the one. Thank you so much. But so it doesn't seem like I swallowed up my Samba's there was something you wanted to revolt. That's the word. You wanted to revolt against what Noambo said. Please go ahead briefly and let us know what you wanted to say.
She said,
I didn't get what you said all.
Matamba, yes,
Oh,
you
okay.
you wanted to counter what she said earlier about Laycon not being manipulative, what Laycon did wrong. You remember that conversation? You wanted to counter
yeah.
what she. Okay, so please go ahead with your thought.
She said Laycon was being he was pressing the situation. He was applying
Okay.
pressure. No, no, I don't think so, because Laycon clearly asked for space from this lady. There's a video circulating on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen it. He's asking her, please give me space. I need space from you. Erica is telling Laycon, when a girl has male friends, they are male friends for this, for time spending, for love, for leisure, just a whole bunch of crap. And I just responded to her by telling her that no, Erica, it doesn't work like that for me. This is my first time in a situation like this. Then again, remember, Laycon doesn't have his friends, his family in that house. This is an enclosed space. You have no one else to speak to other than these people around here. The only thing that I wished he never did was speak to multiple people. He should have stuck to V and Neo only, other than speaking to Prince, to everybody, because these people never advised him well. They gave him the wrong advices. except for V, because V was the person who told Laycon ask for space, and that is what Laycon did. Then again, if you're
Yeah.
coming to say that no, he never manipulated her. Erica came and told Laycon, I want to choose you as my deputy. Then turned around and did the opposite of what they had discussed. Then you come and
Exactly.
pull
Why
me.
did she even bother to even tell him? Why did she
Exactly.
bother?
And then you come and pull me back for a chat and tell me, oh, I didn't mean to do that. What is that? No, you don't play with someone's emotions like that. I've been rejected before and I know how it feels. It's pathetic to get it messes with your brain. It's not
Yeah.
funny. And when you don't have people to talk to, it can even lead to something else. And we all saw how Laycon started becoming. He was low. He never used to perform well. No, I don't think that he pressed on the matter too much. He knew what he wanted. He asked for it. It's just that he really, 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 really liked this girl, and he still likes her till date. You can see it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So it wasn't.
I agree with you, Cynthia. But like the what I'm saying in terms of he was pushing, not applying pressure in the Brighto manner, right? But pushing instead of just being not letting it go. He wasn't letting it go. You know what I mean? So even though it's a house and he's talking to people, he wasn't letting the situation rest in terms of how he feels about Erica and how hurt he is about the situation. So that's more where I'm coming from with it, but like definitely not applying pressure. But I actually was curious, Glory, what I wanted to say with what Akos was saying about Nengi and Erica. I want to ask you whether you think that Nengi pushed Erica out of the game. Do you think it was part of Nengi's strategy now because Nengi has an element of being able to read people's personalities. The fact that she knew from the beginning that Laycon was going to win, you can tell that this girl watches. If you're a person who watches Big Brother a lot, you learn to be able to pick up certain things. And I feel that to a certain extent, she picked up something about Erica in terms of Kiddwaya. Do you think that it was part of her strategy to almost push Erica out by allowing Erica to push herself out?
Okay, I love that question so much, and I need to compose myself properly to answer. You know why? You see this year, Nengi, actually, for those people who do not know, for the Pepper M Gang show, I think Nengi also went for the audition. She was close and friends with Mercy Nke. So
Yeah.
for me, I felt like there was a play of interest. The organizers probably knew the personalities of those two women and would not want to allow two fires to enter the house at the same time. So this one, you come this season, you set the house ablaze. The next one, you go for next season, you burn down the house. Now Nengi she's beautiful, of course, but she has this she's not a snake, don't get me wrong. But I'm not trying to use that word now in a derogatory manner, but as a compliment. Nengi is like a snake. Now, a snake can bite, yes, and the bite is very, very poisonous. But one thing about a snake is a snake moves in a very, very regal manner. It does not hurry. It's very, very slow. It's steady and it could be fast when it wants to be fast. And when it moves, sometimes it flows like water. Sometimes you don't know it's there, but it's obviously there. Now, the way Nengi moved in the house, she came with a strategy. And just as you said, she has watched the show. She has studied the show. She understands how people's personalities possibly clash. So what she did inside the house was she came to use her femininity. I don't know if I got that right, but she came to use her feminine powers to play her game. And it worked for her to some extent. Okay, it worked for her. Now, what she did was that she had studied Erica. I remember she and Erica, they kind of knew each other outside the house from all those beauty pageants they attended. So she must have watched Erica closely. They must have encountered each other's flaws one way or the other. Now, for Erica played herself into Nengi's palm. Nengi's palms were open wide like this. Erica danced into it. Someone was asking me a question the other day in my comment section. Oh, Glory, the show, Kayode did not do Erica justice. How come they played all the things Erica did in the house and they didn't play what other housemates did? And I'm like, you think they actually played all Erica did? All Erica did happened inside the Head of House lounge. That was where the actions happened. So they were even fair to her, partly because they wanted to keep her reputation and partly because of the NBC laws in this country. If there was no NBC law, if this was Big Brother Africa, trust me, after the show, Erica will not come out of her house for 1 month. Because the things I heard from internal sources that happened in that Head of House lounge, it could make an X-rated video. And they were not hiding it. They did it openly. And inside the house, inside the main house, fine. Dupomiwade analyzed last week that Erica was protecting her territory, marking her territory by being very, very physical, doing it publicly with Kiddwaya. Yeah. For me, I felt like she wanted to be seen. She wanted to be seen. For me, that was how I saw it, in addition to what Dupe said. So Nengi, I felt Nengi had studied Erica. I'd known that, okay, this girl is very emotional. Little things trigger her. Little things she's upset. This and that. Okay, fine. And Kiddwaya and Nengi, remember Kiddwaya and Nengi, they also knew each other outside the house. And nobody knows what kind of history they have. Nobody knows if Kiddwaya has been toasting Nengi for a long time and Nengi has been playing hard to get. Nobody knows if Nengi has been trying to get Kiddwaya for a long time. Nobody knows. But what happened that particular night? We heard Kiddwaya. Because Kayode literally had to reduce the audio of the music, the sound of the music. We heard Nengi saying to Kiddwaya, no man can get me easily. I am hard to get. If you want to get me, you work hard, you will sweat, that kind of thing. So what was the conversation about? Do you understand? Nengi is the sort of girl that she does not fight for men. She does not chase after men. She does not struggle. She knows her worth. She knows she's beautiful, so she sits and she waits. And she knew that Kiddwaya was flirting with her. So for her, okay, fine, it's probably part of my strategy. Kiddwaya, come. Oh, Erica is going to get mad. Oh, fine. I'm here to win. I'm not here to help anybody manage their emotion. Erica, go crazy if it pains you. So I feel that Nengi did not push Erica. No, she didn't even have to do anything. All Erica had to do was to allow her emotions, her vulnerability to get the best of her. And that was what happened. Nengi just sat down waiting for it to happen. And it happened. So the only problem now is Erica is not really, I don't think she's still gotten to that realization when she has to take responsibility for her actions. And the sooner she does, the better for her because, hey, she's still young. She has a long way ahead of her. So she's going to meet people who are worse in this life. She's going to meet people who are even manipulative. She thinks she knows manipulation. There are people that are extremely manipulative. She's going to meet people. And one thing about people that are really manipulative, if you don't know how to control or bridle your emotions, they will trust you and turn you without even lifting a finger. At the end of the day, you fall face flat to the ground and they will still walk away without even lifting a finger still. So to answer your question, Erica played her way into her failure in the house. Nengi didn't even have to do anything.
And
yeah. Glory, just a question.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Cynthia.
It's far from the discussion you're discussing, but I'd like to know, do they go for these trips they're promised? Because I really want to see them go for the Scotland trip. Do they go?
I will ask Ebuka. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't really have.
Please
because
do.
the thing is, most of these things that happen, the housemates, they've been traveling a lot, regardless of the COVID-19 protocols and every other thing. I mean, Nengi traveled to the UK the other day. Ghana was for New and V. Kenya was for the Brighto ship. They've been traveling. So I don't know yet. Because, and one thing again I learned recently is that most of these TV shows, sometimes it takes a long time before these housemates get their winning prizes. They said there's a lot of protocols involved. I don't know. So for these people, I'm not sure if they've gone to that Scotland trip. And remember, I think the UK, for one, they've really had some very, very stringent rules guarding their their COVID-19 protocols. Yeah. So I don't know if that trip has happened yet. I don't know. So let's see how it goes. I will find out. I'll ask Ebuka. I'll send Ebuka a DM if he's going to answer me. You know what?
Please do.
It's been a pleasure because I'm feeling so guilty right now. I've been enjoying my conversation with you guys, and I really want to let more people on this platform. So I'm not chasing you guys away. I just want to let more people on the show, those people who really want to talk. So please, guys, make it a date with me next week. We have other very, very interesting topics to talk about. So you ladies rock. Please don't fail to come back next weekend. Thank you so much. Wow, that was really, really refreshing. That was really refreshing. That was really refreshing. The link is still in the comments. I have just one or two questions more to ask before I end this live stream. So I'm just gonna drop the link quickly. Please let me know. 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 Oh my God. Let me know if you want to join this conversation. I have just two questions left and then we're going to call it a night because it's been amazing so far. Wow. Today has been so engaging, so refreshing. I've been having so much fun. And it's quite funny that there's been no guy yet. So can I get a guy that will join me on the screen right now? I've shared the link again in the comment section below, guys. So please, this time around, I need a guy. I need a guy. Where are the guys? Where are the guys? JC, are you back from your engagements? Please join me on this show if you are back. JC has a very, very busy day. JC, he has a very, very busy day. So guys, please, I need a guy. I need a guy. The link is in the comment section. So please click on that link and join me. Let me ask you guys just two last questions. But if there's no other pressing, then I think I'm just going to make a few announcements and then that's it. So officially, guys, thank you all so much. This has been amazing. This has been totally refreshing. I love it. I enjoy it when you guys come on the show with me and you air your views, you share your own perspective to things. It's very, very thrilling for me because most of the time I put out my videos on my channel. I'm the one doing the talking and most of you are in the comments talking. So sometimes I imagine what you people look like as you're commenting. I imagine how your countenance is as you're commenting, and this is something I've been looking forward to, and I'm glad that it's actually happening on Frankly Speaking with Glory's channel. So thank you all so much. It's over 2 hours already that we've been talking, and you guys are still here. I really, really appreciate your commitment to this channel. I really appreciate the time that you guys are dedicating to my content. You have no idea how much this means to me. Thank you so much. And this is also to let you all know that Season 6 of Big Brother Naija is coming very soon, very soon. So if you need undiluted analysis, you know how we do it over here. If you need undiluted reviews, undiluted analysis, complete analysis, detailed analysis, Frankly Speaking with Glory and Naija's channel is where you should be. I'm going to try my best to keep you guys up to date. Yes, I'm going to try my best. And hey guys, another thing I want to talk about is your comments on my videos. Listen, I just want to encourage you all to keep your comments coming, okay? Some of you want to comment and then you're scared that, oh my God, because I'm not a fave to this person, people might drag me. Hey, nobody can do anything to you. Nobody can drag you. Nobody can do nada to you. You have a right to air your own opinion on my channel, okay? On my channel, everybody gets to speak their mind, okay? So please feel free to always drop your comments in the comment section below. I very much appreciate it. And there's also my channel membership. So far, I have some members and I'm super excited to have them. And listen, now that Big Brother Naija Season 6 is about to start, I think you guys should please go ahead and check out my membership perks again. You never know what you might find. So please go ahead and check out my channel memberships perks and select which channel level or membership level suits your need, and we will definitely work that out. Okay? We'll definitely work that out. And what else? If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please hit the red subscribe button to become a member of this family. In this place, this is a safe space for self-expression. This is a safe haven for self-expression. You come here, you air your views, nobody bashes you. If anybody bashes you, give them your own boost. They give you bass, you give them boost. No fear, no shame, okay? And yeah, while you are subscribing to this channel, turn on post notification. Your post notifications needs to be turned on so that you do not miss out on my videos. Some of you come to me on Instagram telling me, oh, Glory, you've not talked about this, you've not talked about that. I do that on my channel. But because your notifications are not turned on, you potentially will miss out on those kind of videos. So please do that. And lastly, if you've enjoyed this conversation so far, the way that you can let me know that you've enjoyed the conversation is by giving this video a huge thumbs up. Please like this video. Like this video. It will go a long way to encourage me that yes, I'm actually bringing the tea to the table. And lastly, there's also my merch store, guys. There's my merch store. It takes a lot of resources for me to put together content like this. It takes a lot of resources to put together my videos like this. So one of the ways that you guys can also help support my brand is by joining my channel membership and patronizing my merch on my merch store. So in the description box of this video, I'm going to link all of that below. I'm also going to see how I'm going to drop the link to my merch store in the description or in the comment section of this video. Okay. And one final announcement. Woof! There are so many announcements right now. I'm just remembering them as I'm talking. I had an interview with Faith Jason of Nigerian Idols. Faith Jason is one of the most amazing singers on that show, but unfortunately, he was evicted 2 weeks ago. So I had an interview with him during the week, and I was supposed to post that video to my channel last weekend, but then network was simply horrible, and there was just a lot of mishaps that happened that did not make it possible. So I'm going to be dropping that video tomorrow evening. So guys, if you are a lover of Nigerian Idols, or if you just want to see me do something different, because you guys are used to seeing me talk on my channel, you know, one-on-one with you. But this time around, I tried something different, okay? For those of you that have been asking me, oh, Glory, where's your intro? We love your intro. Guess what? I created a new intro, and this one is banging. This one is banging. You guys are going to absolutely love it. So I tried something new. I did a new setup, which I am considering that I might be doing moving forward, although it's very, very capital intensive. So I'm still having, you know, thoughts about it. I haven't made up my mind just yet. But listen, whether you like Nigerian Idols or not, you definitely need to watch that video, because the video is going to blow your mind away. It's going to blow you away. So please go ahead and watch that video tomorrow. The video is going to be dropping on my channel tomorrow, 8 p.m. Bagam. This one, there's no going back. The video is done and dusted. It is ready. 8 p.m. tomorrow, that video is going to be on my channel. So if you are a fan of Faith Jason, keep it on lockdown. Keep it on lockdown. Turn on your notification bells, okay? Because that guy spilled a lot of tea. I asked him a lot of questions about Shay, about Comfort, about Beyonce. Hey, the guy talk. He spilled a lot and even mentioned some things, some controversies that actually happened during the show that we did not get to see, that we did not even know about. So if you want to hear all of those gist, all of those details, tomorrow 8 p.m. West African time, 8 p.m. WAT, that video is going to be dropping on my channel with a bang. So make sure you keep it on lockdown. And of course, content is going to continue flowing from Frankly Speaking with Glory. You guys know I upload videos every day. That is not going to stop, because I have more interesting videos for next week. So keep it on lockdown, basically. And that said, this is where we are going to say the Lord's Prayer. This is where we're going to say the Lord's Prayer on today's live stream. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blessing. It's been amazing. It's been fantastic. I had so much fun. The weather is horrible. Let me show you guys. I don't know if I can show you guys what outside looks like right now. Let me see if I can show you. See, guys, look at the weather. It's been raining and everywhere has been dark. But we are not deterred. the content had to flow, and it went well. It went amazingly well. So I am thankful. I am grateful. That said, everybody, please have an amazing night rest or evening, whichever time it is in your region, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I love you guys so much. Thank you once again for your support, for your dedication, for your commitment to this channel. Glory Elijah says, thank you. Have an amazing day, and that's a wrap. Bye.